Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm your bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed.
Ehi, adesso come stai? Tradita da una storia finita e di fronte a te l'ennesima salita. Un po' ti senti sola, nessuno che ti possa ascoltare, che divida con te i tuoi guai. Mai, tu non mollare mai, rimani come sei, insegui il tuo destino, perché tutto il dolore che hai dentro non potrà mai cancellare il tuo cammino. Allora scoprirai che la storia di ogni nostro minuto appartiene soltanto a noi. Ma se ancora resterai persa senza una ragione in un mare di perché, dentro te ascolta il tuo cuore e nel silenzio troverai le parole. Chiudi gli occhi e poi tu lasciati andare, prova a arrivare dentro il pianeta del cuore. Difficile capire qual è la cosa giusta da fare, se ti batte nella testa un'emozione, l'orgoglio che ti piglia, le notti in cui il rimorso ti sveglia per la paura di sbagliare. Ma se ti ritroverai senza stelle da seguire, tu non
Welcome back, darlings. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we're here at Arthampton's, and I'm here with famous artist Mr. George Schulman, and he's showing his artwork right here at this fabulous venue, Arthampton's, which is very famous here in the Hamptons. Tell my audience about the artwork that you are displaying here tonight.
Well, one piece is about the 9/11 incident, and I had a dear friend that went down with a plane, Flight 347, and this painting is in front of me, and it's a memorial piece
This piece right here.
with doves and harmony and building blocks. So it's really about healing and life's experience and life's journey. And instead of it conveying sadness, I wanted it to convey love and hope and kindness for everyone that exists. And so it had to do with that real sense of joy. And I actually thought of plowing a landscape, so there's a configuration where it appears to be like a lawnmower, even though it's not, in the center of the piece. And the white dove is on top.
I see.
And it was a happy and sad experience in doing it, because I really it broke my heart when I heard what I heard, and I was in complete
It breaks my heart every day when I hear what happened to so many millions of people that day.
Yeah.
I was one of them, you know. I was there. I was right there in 9/11.
Well, it's interesting. My ex was in Tower 2 on the 43rd floor.
She got out?
Had a deposition, and what happened was she was coming in on the Grand Central when the first plane hit the tower, and then she got a call from her agency that the deposition had been called off, but I had no way of knowing. And so she actually turned around on the LIE and started coming back, but was still listening to the news. And when she heard the second tower was hit, she had a breakdown in the car.
Oh my God.
And I couldn't get through on the phone, so I had no way of knowing if she was there or not. And what was very interesting is my dear friend is the chief, Harry Steinberg of Long Island Jewish. So all the hospitals were called in, so I called Harry to mention that Alice was there. So I went with the EMS guys and actually was there 2 hours after this thing happened, on site, right there, looking for her, having no idea if she was there or not.
Everybody has a story.
So it was like riveting, and the smell and the smoke and the debris and everything, you could not believe this. And so when I did this, I thought of all the kernels of things and place.
Why did you pick these colors? Yellow, white, orange, green. Why
I
did you pick
wanted
those
it to be symbolic of a carnival, but at the same time not be a total circus. Someone once said to me, who was a very gifted teacher of mine, you can't use these colors because your paintings all look like a circus.
He said that to you?
So because I'm a bit of a maverick and had a mind of my own, I said, well, these are the colors I like, and
I'm going to use them anyway.
And I'm going to use them anyway. So the thing of it was, he also taught art history at a number of universities. His name was Gil Patterson, brilliant guy, taught at Columbia, and I had him at Music and Art High School at the time. And we had to take an exam where we actually got college credit in our senior year. It was the first time that the Regents was trying out this program that we took at the college, at City College, with Gil Patterson. So my point was, I studied the pre-existing exam, and I said, I don't know any of this stuff. I'm embarrassed. I'm going to bomb this test.
Did you bomb it? Did you fail?
Wait a minute. But I said, I cannot let Gil down. So we sit in this auditorium, slanted seats, and Gil is down there. And he's calling out your initials and your score on the test around the room. Well, I read from tooth to nail the night before the textbook. Stayed up all night, took this test, and here's the point. I went in thinking I knew nothing, and I left thinking I got 100 on the test.
Wow!
So wait,
you passed
I got 95. And I got the highest grade in the whole school, in the whole department.
What made you think you were going to fail?
Because I could never retain the slides and the names of the paintings. And they asked about Egyptian art, and they asked about Renaissance art, and they asked about post-impressionist, and they asked about titles of paintings. And somehow, whatever happened that night, there was a synergy, and I was totally relaxed. It's like when I paint, I was in love. And I said, this test is going to be a piece of cake. And as soon as I took the test, I was just like this calm. It was a sunny day, and sunlight came across the window, and I was right by the window, first row, right there, and I said, I aced this. It was a wonderful feeling, and I gave him a hug, Gil Patterson, and he said, I'm so happy you did so well on this, because I I was a little bit concerned about you when you didn't participate much in the class. Because I used to talk.
But you passed with flying colors.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you, how many pieces here at Arthampton is your work? How many pieces?
Well, he has 3 paintings, and he has one very large painting.
This one?
The rolled up,
Is it
yeah,
this one
yeah,
too?
yeah. No, one behind. But he has a large painting rolled up. There's a couple that have been courting me that bought a big painting of mine.
Yes, how much did they spend?
$25,000.
25,000.
Right,
That's amazing.
So they're coming. They're interested in this one, but what
How
happened?
much are you selling that one for?
20. So they're interested, but here's the point. They saw the other one that I just completed that was rolled up, and they love it. So they can't decide. So I'm hoping they buy both.
Well,
Because they have space.
Keep your fingers crossed. We want them to buy both.
And the thing is, they're very nice people.
Because then you're going to get married and invite me to the wedding.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be the maid of honor.
Well, we went to a wedding of Deborah's friend, who Deborah was going to actually rent a house with her before she found this place. And she's a survivalist and takes people out on treks. So she jumps from planes, she climbs mountains, she goes skiing and hiking, lives off the land. So the point was, I had never been to a wedding like this.
Then you're going to buy a house in the Hamptons.
Yes, I'd like to.
And invite me.
Absolutely. So this gal actually had tents and had fire dancers, and she had African drummers, and she had African dancers, and she had people dancing in hoops, and
Wow.
she had
It
Indian.
sounds like a fabulous floor show.
It was amazing. She had people.
Sounds like a sexy floor
she had
show.
people from India who had authentic Indian music and food. And it was all catered outdoor. It was
But I
amazing.
want to hear about you and the art. Listen.
But here's my point. All of these experiences, what you have to know, feeds your soul.
To do more.
And it resonates, because when I'm in the studio, you're really alone. And you need experiences where you're not only meeting people, but I'm reading.
You're inspired by this.
Yes, I'm reading The Scarlet Letter about this poor girl who had a child illegitimately, and then they make her wear this letter on her chest, and then she does sewing. She's a master seamstress, and I sew. So I'm thinking about all the clothing she sews and how she's the conduit to people in the community, and you see all of her work. So in being mindful, as far as what am I saying, I've been meeting all the shopkeepers in Patchogue, where I'm actually hoping to place my things in the town.
Well, you have that little apartment.
Yes,
there.
I have the
How's that
loft.
working
It's
out? You like it?
I love it.
Fantastic.
I miss Deborah. I love the space. I'm a little disconnected. It's not the Hamptons, but it's nice.
Well, we're getting there. But listen, I have to close this interview. I want you to tell my audience, where can we go to find out more information? What's the Facebook page?
It's George Schulman at gmailartist.com.
You're gorgeous. Give me. And we'll be back in a moment, all. More interviews coming up. Keep watching. Champagne kissing.
I was diagnosed in 2008.
2006.
2010. I was 32.
I was 30.
I was only 28 years old when I found out I had breast cancer.
Last year, nearly 200,000 women in the United States were diagnosed with breast cancer.
That means a woman in the U.S. is told she has breast cancer every 2 minutes.
This video is 2 minutes long.
Every woman on the planet is at risk for breast cancer.
And that risk only increases if someone in your family has been diagnosed.
So get checked.
Check yourself.
Perform routine breast exams at least once a month. It's easy. You can do it in the shower.
If something doesn't feel right,
It's up to you to find out what's wrong.
Tell your doctor about any lumps or any unusual skin irritation.
itching, or pain.
get regular mammograms starting by at least age 40 and every year after that.
Breast cancer may not be preventable.
But knowing the facts,
And knowing your body.
Will increase your chances of finding any cancer early. Early detection means it's easier to treat.
These are your sisters we're talking about.
Mothers, daughters.
Friends, neighbors,
Please, stay aware.
Stay healthy.
stay alive.
I survived breast cancer.
I survived breast cancer. Sobreviví cáncer en los senos.
I survived breast cancer.
I am still fighting breast cancer.
Talk to your doctor. Get regular mammograms.
And perform routine self-exams.
It's as easy as taking a shower. Adesso come stai? Tradita da una storia finita e di fronte a te l'ennesima salita. Un po' ti senti sola, nessuno che ti possa ascoltare, che divida con te i tuoi guai. Mai, tu non mollare mai, rimani come sei. Insegui il tuo destino, perché tutto il dolore che hai dentro non potrà mai cancellare il tuo cammino. Allora scoprirai che la storia di ogni nostro minuto appartiene soltanto a noi. Ma se ancora resterai persa senza una ragione in un mare di perché, dentro te ascolta il tuo cuore e nel silenzio troverai le parole. Chiudi gli occhi e poi tu lasciati andare, prova a arrivare dentro il pianeta del cuore. Difficile capire qual è la cosa giusta da fare, se ti batte nella testa un'emozione, l'orgoglio che ti piglia, le notti in cui il rimorso ti sveglia per la paura di sbagliare. Ma se ti ritroverai senza stelle da seguire.
Welcome back, darlings. I'm Cognac Wellerlane. I'm here at Arthampton's, and I'm here with this very prominent art dealer. He has a fabulous, beautiful art gallery in East Hampton, and he's going to introduce himself to the camera.
Hi, you all. My name is Howard Shapiro, and I own Lawrence Fine Art in East Hampton. We'd love you to come and see our gallery. We specialize in modern and contemporary art. Check us out.
And you, of course, are exhibiting George Shulman's work as well.
Exactly. George Shulman is one of those artists who has found his own voice and is able to express it in his art. And that, to me, is the sign of a great artist. Anybody can paint abstraction. Anybody can paint a landscape. Anybody can paint anything we know about. But when you're able to introduce your voice and your vision into your work, it takes it to a different level, and that's where George has gone.
He is really, truly a wonderful artist.
Wonderful artist and a sweet guy.
I
I'm
love him
friends with
to
him.
death. I love him to
he's
death.
a sweet guy.
I love both Deborah and him.
Yes,
They're wonderful.
They're quite a pair. They're quite a pair.
They work marvelously together.
Absolutely. You know, George is kind of a humble guy, and like a lot of painters, I think would just prefer to stay in a studio and paint and create these wonderful works. And Deborah's out there pushing him, and she's doing a great job.
She always does.
Yeah.
Now tell my audience, how many years have you had this gallery in East Hampton?
This is our 5th year, and I'm going to toot my own horn. We're only getting better every year. And
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. And you love Arthampton, right?
I love the show.
Is this your first time doing
This is
art?
our either 3rd or 4th year doing Art Hamptons. It's a great crowd. Let's be honest. The people who are out here in the Hamptons are sophisticated, art-savvy people. And those are the kind of people I want to talk with and sell to.
I agree, darling. I agree. I want you to tell my audience where we can go to find out more information. What is the website?
So our website is www.lawrence, Lawrence, dash fine, Fine, dash arts, arts.com.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, darling. Give me a kiss. Mwah.
Thank you.
Don't go away yet. We'll be back in a moment, darlings. More interviews coming up right
Thank you
here in the
very much.
Hamptons. Big champagne kisses.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm your bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.